Welcome to Petite Professionals. Today I have Leah, who is Mrs. Midwest Petite 2026, correct?
Yes.
Woo!
Woohoo.
Okay, so do you mind sharing with me what your work title is and a little bit about how you got where you are today?
Sure. So hi everyone. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you.
My work title is group fitness instructor. I'm also a certified yoga teacher and I am also a personal trainer, but predominantly a group fitness instructor. Um, and it's kind of crazy to think that I have actually spent about 3 decades doing this career. I started teaching at the age of 17, so like right when I graduated high school. I found group fitness through this organization or company then was called Women's Workout World, and it was in Tinley Park, Illinois. And so I went in and auditioned to become a group fitness instructor, and they trained me and taught me everything that I needed to do to teach a fitness class. And I became certified through national organizations, and I just loved it, and I still love it. And it's crazy because I got married 2 years ago, and we moved into our home, and of course I'm going through all the boxes that you keep forever. And so I found this, like, it's like a college prep test, like what you would be most interested in. And the thing that I rated the top, which I didn't even remember taking this test, was group fitness instructor. And so like all of these years later I find this and I'm like, well, yeah, that's accurate. This test was accurate. So finding fitness at such a young age and finding it as something that I actually wanted to pursue as a career, you're talking like late 90s, early 2000s. It wasn't like something that I think most people did as a career path. So I kind of had to edge my way through, how am I going to study to become better at this? What classes am I going to take? What school do I want to go to? And at the time I was living in Illinois, and I was teaching group fitness at Naperville Athletic Club. And I got a call from my manager, and she was like, "Hey, do you know how to teach step class?" And I was like, "Yeah." I had never taught step class before, but she was like, "Okay." She's like, "They're they need a sub at the Glen Ellen College of DuPage in Glen Ellen. They need a sub for tomorrow. It's accredited class. You go in, you're teaching students that are actually taking this is accredited class." And I'm like, "Okay." And at that point, I think I took a couple of classes at Moraine Valley Community College. So I go in that night I go home and I like study. I have this VHS and I'm like doing this video over and over again. I'm like, okay, step up, 2, 3, 4, and down, 2, 3, 4. And I'm like, I'm gonna do this. And so I went the next day and I did it. I was so nervous, but what was great about the experience was that I knew from auditioning and kind of being in the entertainment, fitness, shoots, experience on set, and also teaching a variety of classes already at that time. It was like they didn't know if I was doing it right or wrong.
Mhm.
But I absolutely fell in love with that. And then it opened up this opportunity for me to become a staffed teacher. So they invited me to come and teach, and then in exchange of teaching, I was able to take classes. So I was able to study dance theater with some of like the most incredible dance teachers that I had ever experienced, and studied a bit of acting classes at Glen Ellen or College of DuPage, and then found myself in my early 20s. I was in a major car accident, and kind of made a decision like I want to do something different. I want to like pursue this career. I want to do this, and at the time it just didn't feel like Chicago or the Midwest was really offering me, what I was really craving. And that was more, you know it was going to be found in the West Coast. So I moved to California. This car accident happened, and it just kind of like opened me up to all of these other opportunities and possibilities. And so I found myself in California. Um,
Okay, I have to ask
yeah,
who, like, so like you hear stories where people go out west, right?
yeah.
Did you like know anyone out there? Like, okay.
So it was like a series of events. So like I'm in this car accident, and I'm also preparing to compete in a fitness event in Tampa, Florida. And I go, but I'm not able to compete in the whole event, though I meet somebody who becomes a dear friend of mine and a mentor. Her name's Leanne. She lives in California. So we meet in Tampa, and her husband tragically passes away. The story is like getting really dark before it gets really light, but this is like what happens. And we stay connected, and then like through that difficult time for her and her grieving and me and my healing, we just really created this beautiful bond. And so I was talking with her, and she said, listen, why don't you come out here and live with me until you get on your feet? And, I can introduce you to people in the fitness industry. And, she was working at Equinox, which was then Sports Club LA. And so since she offered me that invitation and it just was like the right fit, I went.
Mhm.
But I went with like, $500 in my pocket, like all the things that you do when you're like 23, like
Mhm.
I'm gonna go do it. And thankfully it all worked out. And her and I actually opened up a small fitness boutique in Corona Del Mar. So that landed me in this whole new world in Newport Beach. And the fitness world just kept opening up to me. So all these years, I've been really able to experience opportunities that were coming that were aligned with the career that I wanted to make for myself.
Mhm.
And so today I can look back and I'm like, wow, I teach for these big box gyms. I've been a top talent for Equinox for 10 years now. Um, I did just resign and gave my notice. So this past Sunday was my last day, but I'm bridging over to Lifetime Fitness, which feels a little bit more in alignment with where I am and, being a mother and more involved in my family and more involved in community. So somehow I've been able to navigate, being a teacher of these different modalities of fitness because ultimately my passion is to move people. That's my passion. Yeah, you and I were talking a little bit before we started recording, and you shared about how you like to understand how people like their minds work. It's like I like to watch how people's bodies work. And I kind of feel like I get an idea of their personalities by how they move in class.
Oh,
So,
for sure.
yeah,
Yeah. And I love just hearing this little bit about your life and how you're not afraid to say yes. Like, you're not afraid to if something feels like it could be the right thing, you're not afraid to go for it. Like, you haven't taken this like, haven't taught a step class, but you studied and you went and did it, and it opened the door for you. You moved out to California and just being open to possibilities, and that's awesome.
yeah, yeah. And it really, I mean, my path has been such a variety of, from um, do you hear the dog barking in the back?
No.
Okay, good. My puppy is like, I've got to go out. No, but from the opportunity that I said yes to at College of DuPage, my director at the College of DuPage then was able to introduce me to the director at the University of California in Irvine. So when I
Mm.
moved to Newport Beach, I then was able to not only help my girlfriend with her fitness studio, I was then able to teach group fitness classes for the University of California um, at the Irvine campus, which, like that's just how it continued to happen. And then because the industry was quite smaller then, it was really about who you know and being introduced to the right people, so to speak, because um, at that level of teaching, if I had just come in like, I just got my certification, it would have been a lot more difficult. So I feel so fortunate that I started at such a young age. And then
Mhm.
with that, just kind of like, yes, 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 yes. I came with a resume as opposed to all of the studies that maybe I thought I should be doing, though I continually kept myself updated in certifications. So I've
Yeah.
got about a million certifications.
You brought up a interesting point is current day, you go on social media and you look at people's videos and that's where you decide like who you want to work with. But yeah, it's just interesting how I guess like since you've been doing this for a little while, what are some of the changes you've seen with the fitness world, like with trends and such? I'm pretty boring. I'm a I'm a elliptical girl.
Yeah, but that's smart because steady state, that's how you just burn the fat, right? You just do the steady state. That's actually smart training. And I'm the boring girl too. Like my fitness is like, you can catch me on the treadmill, like 3.2 at maybe a 3 incline, but I'm not going to pound anymore. I'm just on there doing the deal. No, I love this question because I am also transitioning now with having this change in my schedule and wanting to be more available to my husband and my new high schooler and wanting to be more accessible to clients that I have worked with, years ago, and students that I did work with at Equinox, both in California and here in Chicago. I've been exploring like, am I going to move into this virtual space as an online coach or
Mm.
as, a fitness instructor? Am I building this out in an app? Am I building this out with a membership or a subscription? And I can share with you like um, the industry. It is much more different where there are a lot of online coaches that are really more clickbait. I hate to use that but that's what that's what I just realized because I
Mhm.
was exploring what does it look like to have a coach, to become an online coach, and they're promising these high ticket sales, but then all I'm doing is typing in the stats of this person, and then I'm going to have Coach RX or some program develop this workout plan for this person, and that's not what that's not what I'm about. And
Mhm.
I can't say that it's wrong that there are other trainers that are deciding to use it because those programs are working, they're helping. And of course, they're going to help people that go from zero to something,
Something.
so they're going to get results, of course. And we know the
Mhm.
science behind it. So, of course, we're going to get results. But when it comes to watching how somebody actually moves and understanding that I have impact on somebody's life and I can
Mhm.
help somebody change their life by how they feel, I don't want to minimize that by just having a program do it for me.
And
And
you can give a more personalized approach too, like, yeah, so
yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah, yeah. So it's just going to be an interesting, like, how do I find a balance or do I just, hang out at the big box in Lifetime and, show up and teach as many classes as I can. Um, So yeah, so I mean, I am at a little bit of a turning point here. Yeah, and it's interesting to see the difference because, like you said, it's like we are now being inundated by so many fitness trainers, and people are not necessarily interested in your credentials. They just want to see like if you can push the weight or your body looks amazing or you show your before and afters. Um, but this is the reality is what works for one person isn't going to work for everybody, and
Mhm.
that's where it's a liability risk where I'm not willing to do that to myself.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
yeah.
Another question I was thinking of, when you were talking is I love that, like, you found that you wanted to do group fitness even, like, when you first filled out that sheet. What I know you expressed that you like watching how someone moves and it tells you a bit about person, but what do you think, like, why group fitness? Like, why do you like teaching the classes? Like, what drew you to that?
It's definitely the sense of community, you know. So I grew up in a single family home. I was the only, and I was a latchkey kid, so I was like home by myself when I was 9 years old, and it was like I was, I'm from the south side of Chicago, so it's not like, running down the street to go to the park where everything is safe. It's like, no, you go home and you stay home. And I've always wanted to be a dancer, and it was just we didn't really have dance studios in the neighborhood where I was at, so I would hang out in the garage and literally taught myself how to dance. And I remember finally I was able to try out for cheerleading, and I loved it. And because I came prepared, then they gave me, opportunities and responsibilities, and I got to co team teach, and it was just that sensation of belonging and being a part of. And that's what I love so much. Group fitness versus personal training. I love personal training, but a lot of times or often, um, you become that person's therapist, and I'm not a therapist, and I think movement is just medicine, and music is so healing. So yeah, I just love group fitness.
Well, thank you for sharing that. No, that's so true. Like, I'm just thinking like classes I've done, that you can like feed off each other's energy, and
Yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
So, if there is anyone watching this video that wants to pursue a career in fitness, what is something you wish you would have known?
That's a great question. Go for your passion from the beginning. Just stay with your passion. Like that's it. Find the thing that you really love doing in fitness. If you love teaching kickboxing, follow that. If you love teaching bar, follow that. If you love teaching, whatever one niche
Mhm.
or modality, just do that one thing. I enjoy that I have the ability to teach all the modalities, but my true passion is bar. I love bar. It's where my voice comes out the most. And it just makes it easier if you just do the like one thing. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to switch gears and talk a little bit about pageantry. So, you competed at Petite USA this past summer.
Yes.
What brought you to Petite?
Ooh, that was a full circle moment. I started in pageantry when I was 15. I found a petite, like Miss Petite, Illinois. It was a different organization. I placed well. I received a scholarship to John Casablanca's modeling school. So that opened up a lot for me to be able to present myself when I went to audition for group fitness. But now I'm married, and it was through a friend on Facebook who put a post that she had just placed such and such and such and such. And then I clicked on this and I clicked on that. And before I knew it, I saw Mrs. Petite, or Mrs. Petite USA, or Petite USA. And then I was like, wait, what is this? And just clicking, clicking, clicking. And finally, I talked to my husband, and I'm like, I have always wanted to do a Mrs., but I've never been a Mrs., and now I'm a Mrs., and this is for Petite. And he was like, yes, do it. And so I filled out the application. And I found out like the day that the applications opened. And we were going on our honeymoon. And so, which we decided to wait 1 year. And so when we were on our honeymoon, I got the email from Jenna, and she was like, congratulations. I was like, oh my God, this is happening. Yes, yes. So that's how it happened. And now I'm in it. And I love it. It was very challenging for me this last year, like super, super challenging for so many reasons. But I got back on that stage, and I'm coming back to get on the stage again.
I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Petite, I had such a good time, and the sisterhood, everyone, it was just such a warm environment, and I made so many friends. That's why this last year I came back to watch because I was like, oh man, I have to go watch Sammy and Claire and, and Jessica and
I know, I know. Yeah, and the
um,
friendships that I've made has been incredible. I'm kind of sad that some of the same girls won't be there, but I'm looking forward to. I knew that you were there, and I actually wanted to tell you that you inspired me because I saw you in your red dress the year before.
oh, thank you.
Yeah, and I was like, she looks so pretty, and you did so well, and so I just like all I wanted to do was wear my red dress. You know, I just wanted to get on stage. I just wanted to wear my red dress, and so the goals that I had set for myself, I was able to check off. You know, and going with no expectations was really a great plan. That was like the best thing I could have done. Is just like go, show up, be teachable. You know, learn what is this all
Mhm.
about. And the best gift, like you said, is the sisterhood. You know, these girls that I became so close with in those short amount of days, we're like today, I'm receiving text messages and phone calls and pictures. Um, and I think the Petite system and the way that Jenna puts things together, it's like, it's amazing. It really is amazing.
Well, and as an adult, I go to work.
Yeah.
I come home. It's so hard to meet new friends, and
Yeah.
especially, like, I my whole life, I've been someone that I need a goal to chase. I'm always looking for the next step, and when you go into pageantry, you're surrounded with women, like, a room full of women that are the same way, like, I'm like, "Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, it's all you guys."
Yes. I want to be friends with you and you and you and you and you. Yeah.
You understand me, you understand me.
Yes. 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 Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to meet you in person. Um,
Yay.
I'll have to message you sometime. So I have my residency in the spring, and it's in, I think it's in Rosemont, Illinois. So
Okay.
I'll be
Oh,
there for like a week or so. So
it's getting really dark here and grainy. Should I turn on my light? I'm like, I was like, wait, the golden light is going. It's going.
well, I set the time for till 6:30, so we have to wrap. We have
Okay.
to wrap up. Well, hey, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you
Yeah.
making time for me tonight, and I'm so glad we got that golden hour light for a little bit.
Yes.
All right, well, I hope you have a great weekend,
Thanks,
and
Natalie.
I'll see you online.
I'll see you online. All right. Thank you so much. Bye.